Hello, kiddies. Welcome to Quick Make Some Noise. For all your professional noise making needs. My name's Toby. I hope you're doing well today. I hope you're making some noise. So today we're going to do a kind of kick, filtery, risery, technical terms, effect. It sounds like this. Noise. So we've got lots of automation going on. Lots and lots of automation. So let's see if we can pause the auto. Dun, 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 dun. We need incidental music for this. That's why I let the virtual instruments and plugins make the noise, not me, because otherwise it's rubbish. So let's see what happens if we've paused everything. So hopefully we should get something sounding like vaguely like a kick. Hold on to your butts. So pretty bog standard kick kind of noise. So let's take a look at what we're doing on the bus first. Now obviously the bulk of the effect is being done by Fabfilter Volcano 2. So let's take a look at how that's behaving. Let's just park this back here for a minute. So it's pretty simple what we're doing here. We're going to automate the wet-dry mix. I've talked about this before. I don't like automating bypasses. Automate the wet-dry. Smoother. So we're going to automate the wet-dry. And then we're going to be automating the filter and the peak. And that's it. Really, really simple. There's loads of other really clever stuff it does. I don't understand it. No one understands it. It's not for us to know. So let's take a look at what that does if we bring those things back in. So we've got a fairly sort of standard kind of kick sort of sound that's being filtered up a bit. It's a little tame. So we're going to automate a few other effects. One of the things we're going to be messing with, MV2, as endorsed by Mr. Warren Hewitt. You'll produce like a pro. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be automating the low, and the output gain. So low, high output gain. And all that's doing is just going to bring a little bit of volume to it, because at the moment you can feel it's kind of dropping out a bit. So let's put those autos in. Yeah. So it's just giving a little bit of volume. And quite often what you have to do with effects is logistical things like that, where it's not really affecting it in terms of making it, giving it texture or tone or varying it. It's just so you can hear it. And that's the thing about noise, kiddies. For it to be noise, You've got to hear it. If you make a noise and no one's around to hear it, did you really make that noise? Think about it. One of the other things we've got going on is we've got a little bit of Fabfilter Pro Gate, which for most of this track is actually gating the kick to shut it down because we've got this big bassline drone kind of thing going on. So we're trying to control the subs. And again, this is all production stuff. I'm not mixing this track. I'm just prepping it so it can be sent to someone to mix. These are the kind of problems that you solve during the production. You do not pass them up the ladder. Amateurs pass it up the ladder. Schmucks. Jokers. Are you a joker? So what we're going to do is we're going to open up this gate. And the reason we're going to do that is so we get a little bit more of the kick to flow through. There's no bass line in this part of the track, so it doesn't matter. So we're just going to give that. So let's just open that up. This little guy here. So now we've just got that little bit more sustain. We've got a bit more noise coming through and a bit more sustain. So what else are we doing, children? Got a little isotope nectar. And we're going to be automating just a touch of overdrive and a little bit of decimate. And we've got some dry mix and some wet mix. And I assume what we're doing is we're going to drop. The dry mix is going to drop completely out, and the wet mix is coming. And sometimes you have this plugin. Sometimes it's like a dry wet thing on the same control, and then sometimes it's on different controls. So let's put those back in. So the dry wet thing is purely functional. That's over here. Not interested. And then this stuff is, what is it doing? Let's have a look. Oh, coming up. Okay, so we're going to move the decimate and the overdrive around. So let's take a listen. Yeah, it's just adding a little extra flavor. If we take them out, so we just there we go. Let's do that. Let's listen to that. Yeah. So let's put the auto back in. All right. But the kick is not the only effect. We've also got reverb coming in. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring that reverb back in and have a listen. And immediately you're getting much more of this kind of this blossoming, kind of bursting out kind of sound. So on the reverb itself, we have a gate, which is shutting the reverb down like it is on the kick to help control the lows so that the bass line has got some room. But we don't need that for this bit. So let's put the auto back in, and we're always, it's going to just automate it out, basically. So let's have a listen to that. You can just feel that coming in. But it's still not very loud. So we're going to have a little bit of MV2 like we did on the bus. We're going to automate a little bit of high-low with the MV2. So let's put those back in. And that's compressing the reverb, bringing it in more densely, kind of thickening it up. So it goes into the dual filter with more effect. But we haven't finished there. We're going to add a little Joey Sturgis. Joey Sturgis clip. Joey Sturgis is like the patron saint of noise making. St. Joe, as we know. And we're going to be automating the mix. The old wet dry on this. And we're also going to be automating the amount of gain and the trim a little bit so it doesn't come up too much. So let's put those in. You can hear a big difference there. It's also affecting the tone. St. Joey. Patron saint of tone. Patron saint of noise. But that still doesn't really get it there. So at the last minute, as an afterthought really, I added a little bit of crystallizer. So we're going to again, wet dry mix, delay, recycle, because you've got to recycle kiddies. There's no planet B. And some high cut. So let's have a look. In all seriousness, I should point out that they do actually recycle. So let's put the crystallizer in and have a listen. So just adding that little bit more high right at the very end. This is all messing about. It's giving it that kind of riser effect. And the other things I did is automate how the samples were being sent to the reverbs. So with this sample, I actually reduced the amount. And then with this sample, I'm actually going to push a little bit more. Right at the very end. It's just giving it a different texture. So, that's our riser effect. That's our filtery riser effect. So let's stop it for a moment. Let's see if we can hear it in context. So first thing I've got to do is just go through and pause this. If anybody knows how to pause tracks en masse in Cubase, answers on a postcard to I'm Smarty Pants, P.O. Box, Smarty Pants Avenue, Planet Earth. Care of my Smarty Pants. So let's have a listen without the automation. So they're just the instruments here. No kick auto. Pretty cool. So let's put the auto back in. If anybody knows how to do this. Seriously. Answers on a postcard. I'm a Smarty Pants. PO Box Smarty Pants. Planet Earth. Care of my Smarty Pants. So let's have a listen with all the auto in. Nice. That's it. Good night and good noise.